So Donald Trump Jr. went on Fox News this past Sunday on Maria Bartiromo's show where I don't know if you'd call it a meltdown that he had or if it was just some weird, bizarre rant, but the guy went off on a tangent and started to just talk about all these random weird things that of course he couldn't back up with any evidence, but ultimately landed his point saying that the draft of the Roe overturning decision from the Supreme Court was somehow tied to Elon Musk buying Twitter. So I'm going to read this rant that Don Jr. went on Fox News Sunday, Maria Bartiromo. Stick with me, see if you can follow the train of thought better than I can here. So here we go. They have destroyed our economy, our country, our freedom of speech, and you can see that with the reaction. That's why they're coming up with the disinformation board, Truth Social, my father's social media app launches. People are on there. Okay, before I even continue, I'm going to have to go ahead and call you out because that's not true. Few people are on there. Fewer people by the week are on there. And I love that's why he's like, people are on there. Like he's saying it like he's trying to reassure himself. Like, no, it's not a failure. People are on there. He continues. You see the outrage over Elon Musk getting involved in Twitter. Oh my God. Imagine they could perhaps turn down someone's volume. Like they haven't been doing that to conservatives for a decade now. These people are living in a bubble. They're not looking for a level playing field, Maria. They're looking for an advantage. They had all of social media again until you came up with Truth Social, and then Elon Musk said, hey, how about some free speech on Twitter as well? You know, the outrage and the panic, and you see it. And that's why you see the leak about the Supreme Court. They need something, and they have nothing to motivate their people. The American people are awake to it, he concludes. So yeah, that was honestly, almost gave me a headache trying to read that because, wow. I don't know what's in his system right now, but man, that is a difficult train of thought to follow. I don't even think that train knows what station it's trying to get into with all of the different points he tries to make there. But okay, let's talk about what he landed on, right? The Supreme Court leak is apparently because Elon Musk is buying Twitter and Democrats needed a victory, by God. You don't even know that it's a liberal that leaked it, man. Statistically speaking, given the fact that there's more conservatives in that building than there are liberals, it actually already leans that it would be more likely, statistically speaking, that it would be a conservative. So based on the numbers alone, it leans conservative as the person who leaked it, right? So we have to acknowledge that fact because that is a mathematical fact. Now, is it a logistical fact? That's up for interpretation because, of course, nobody knows who leaked it. Could have been anybody. You know, we're seeing reports from people speculating that it could have been a conservative leaking it to try to keep that majority together. Could also very well be a liberal trying to give something to their base, as he says. But I guarantee you it has nothing to do with Elon Musk buying Twitter. Do you know what the problem is most people have with Elon Musk buying Twitter? It's not because, oh God, he's got to let Trump back on. I don't care. Look, the corporate media would love nothing more than having Donald Trump back on Twitter, right? That is 24/7 content for them and huge ratings, by the way. They would love it. It's not because he's bringing free speech and we don't like that. That's not a thing that any of us were concerned about. So we're whatever, free speech is good. Yeah, let's have it. You're an idiot. What we don't like, the same reason we don't like Jeff Bezos, of course, owning the Washington Post, which you and your dad don't either like that, by the way, is we don't want oligarchs controlling the media and, of course, the public square, which is what Twitter has become here in the United States. That never ends well in places where that's done. That's what we have a problem with. I don't think Elon Musk is going to make Twitter necessarily any worse than it already is. But I do not think that billionaires should control the messaging systems. That's where the danger comes in. But I, honest to God, can't even follow Junior's points here. The SCOTUS leak, you can't even make assumptions about that because we don't even know who it was, what their reasoning is, what the rationale is, what party they identify with, anything. We don't know who or what they are. We will eventually. And honestly, the only reason I even hope that it was a conservative is just to have to watch all of these idiots like Ted Cruz and Jr. and all these other conservatives have to eat their own words, because they're the ones that have been calling for prosecutions. They're the ones that have been saying, come down on them with the hammer of justice. So honestly, I would love for it to be a conservative just to see how they freak out when that's revealed. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.